again. I am not just a poet. I'm also an aspiring writer. I would love to be an author someday. I read books all the time, and writing is a huge way for me to express myself. And so I'm going to read other things that I've written, not just poems. The first one I'm going to read I called Real Life. I wrote it in the summer of 2004. I was in Australia at the time. I traveled with the People to People Student Ambassador Program. I don't know if you've heard of them. If you're younger than 17 or 18, look it up. Try and find a way to get nominated. It's a great opportunity. It will cost you money, but it was just the best 3 weeks of my life. Besides for that, Real Life are my own thoughts and feelings that I had before I met my husband, before I found the love that I was searching for. So this is very personal. I don't really remember what's in it, so I'll find out as I read it. So if you don't want to hear a somewhat long thing about my feelings and what I was going through in 2004, stop watching this video right now. Alright, Real Life. Have you ever woken up one morning and hated the life you're living? How about knowing that you can't change who you are, no matter how much you want to? Or even knowing that your closest friends are the ones you want to escape from the most? Being unhappy with who you are and believing you can change yet knowing you can't is painful and destructive. I am who I am, but it is not who I want to be. People say the most important key to living is self-acceptance, but I believe the most important key to living is creating happiness. I tell others I have accepted who I am, but my self-conscience knows better. I have lived my life as a hypocrite, and I continue to do so because it is all I have ever known. It is a daily routine. I have changed who I am to make others like me, yet no one knows the real me. If they did, I'd be dead. Sometimes, however, I think that would be better. People say that life is the greatest thing. I say death is better. You feel no emotion, no pain. You're not alive, so how could you feel? I won't conform to act upon these beliefs because despite what I think or say, I want to keep living. My dreams are what keep me going. Dreams that I hope I will accomplish so that I may find true happiness. Ask yourself the same questions I ask myself every day. What is your answer? What are your beliefs? I live in a world of hypocrites and stereotypes. They know not the true me. My closest friends are of whom I speak. They laugh at the world and its imperfections and toss away their lives without a care in the world. They are interested in only sex and its romance, drugs and alcohol. Their main source of humor is sarcasm, and they flirt with every male or female they see. My frustration level heightens as they continue on this path. Do you feel the same? How would you want your friends to be? I want friends that understand the importance of being yourself. I want a companion who acts 17 instead of 5, who believes that the environment is more important than a manicure pedicure, and who sees school not as a jail, but as an opportunity to advance their knowledge. However, I conform to my friends, ways of video games and dieting to keep my friends, even though I don't want them. I'm so afraid of being alone. I've destroyed my own happiness. What I want most in the world is to have someone, whether a friend or lover, that I can discuss literature, art, and history with. Someone who understands my need to be free, my need to express myself. I want this someone to respect me, support me, and to be proud of me. When people hear this, they tell me I'm crazy, and I tell them they're right. But is it truly I that is crazy? If it is crazy to want a caring and understanding person in your life, if it is crazy to want a mature companion, and if it is crazy to care more for those around you, then yes, I'm crazy. Love, whether friendly or intimate, is a complicated matter. Have you ever loved a person? How about loving them to the point of absolute pain? I hope to never feel that way. Love is a poisonous snake. For myself, I want the fairy tale. You know, the one with Prince Charming and the damsel in distress, only no distress. It is one of the things I wish for most, but love I will try to avoid. People say that it is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. I beg to differ. Love equals pain. No love, no pain. It is that simple. If you have nothing to love, you have nothing to lose. There is always room to gain, but once you do, you have something to lose. Life and love are the two greatest catch-22s. There is no escape. The things I want, I can't have, and it tears me apart. Let me tell you what I want. I want a life, a home, a wonderful family. I want someone who understands me. I want respect. I want a sinless world. No one seems to care about my wants or needs. They see my outward appearance and run away without seeing who I am inside. They never stick around long enough to find out, partly because I won't let them. When you look at people together, you can sometimes tell their future. You can tell things like if they will succeed in life or fail, or if they will live or die. What do people see when they look at me? Do they see what I see? Or do they not see through my shields? I have built up my shield so high and strong, a flea cannot wiggle through. Is that a bad thing? I feel so confused and alone. Now, as of today, it is 2008, and I wrote this in 2004. That was 4 years ago. So I was 16 when I wrote that. And, you know, I take back now everything I said about love. Love is pain, but it's one of the greatest emotions I've ever experienced in my life. I didn't even have, I hadn't even kissed a boy then, let alone been on a date or just, I hadn't done anything with any sort of the opposite sex, and now I'm married. So obviously my views have changed on some things, but in that, I still believe a lot of what I said. And for being 16, it's quite amazing that I was thinking that. I don't know, a lot of 16-year-olds that I've met aren't that mature and don't really think that I know of. If you're around the age I was when I wrote that, 16, 17, 15, 18, whatever, however old you are, if you feel the same way, you should let people know it. I mean, you shouldn't be afraid to be who you are. You shouldn't be afraid to say what you think. And I was back then. And I was big into what other people thought of me, and I'm not so much anymore. You know, if you don't like me, then fuck you. Okay? Because I do have real friends, and I do have people that like me, and I have a husband that loves me, and right now life is good. And you know what? That's all I need.